Alright folks, welcome back. This is Balatro everyday, and today the card I like best is Smear Joker. Smear Joker makes your hearts and diamonds count as one suit, and then your spades and clubs count as one other suit. And so this causes your deck to function similarly to the checker deck that has only two suits, right? You have the red cards and you have the black cards. And sort of the obvious thing is, if hearts and diamonds are the same suit, then that makes it much easier to play flushes, right? But flushes are already pretty easy to play, and so if you're using a whole joker slot to make it easier to play flushes, like, that's kind of a waste of a joker slot. And so what you want to be thinking about is, what other kind of benefits can I get from the Smear Joker? Smear Joker, if it helps you make flushes, it also helps you make flush houses, also helps you make straight flushes, right? The problem with flushes is sometimes they don't score enough points in the end game because of the Jupiter planet cards don't give you very many chips. The scaling is pretty bad compared to straight flushes. You get 40 chips for every Neptune card, or the series cards for flush houses, giving you a lot of points. And so what you can do with the Smear Jokers, you can use this to help you play those higher scoring flush variants, and then that is using this joker slot to score more points. Another thing that you can do, with these types of things here, the sinful jokers, lusty joker cares about hearts, greedy joker cares about diamonds. If you play a diamonds and hearts flush, one or the other, you get a full 15 molt from greedy joker and then a full 15 molt from lusty joker. You can do both of these at the same time. Is not necessarily one of the most powerful things that you could be doing, but with the uncommon ones here, combining, let's say, arrowhead with onyx agate here, clubs and spades, so any black cards will get both chips and molt. Like, this is a pretty powerful combination here. Another thing that you can do, if you have things like the castle says discard clubs, you can also discard spades. That would also count. If you have ancient joker says clubs, also playing spades, that would count. If your idol says playing ace of clubs, then also playing ace of spades will work. And so you can get more benefit out of these other jokers by using the Smear Joker. And you could do the same thing with wild cards as well, wild cards counting as all suits. But we're going to start with the Smear Joker, and we said flushes, that is a thing that we can do, and here we can get a starting plus molt joker here, plus 10 molt joker. I'm going to take the riffraff instead. What I'm hoping for are some kind of money generators, value generators, maybe hallucination for some tarot cards. We get the Chad here. We also get the rebate. Rebate's good for money. Chad could be useful later, so if we have those different jokers that care about suits, and then this can re-trigger those abilities. Let's discard, looking for black cards, discard 4s. So we do have a flush here. I know in order to get 450 points I need 2 flushes, so I'll play 1 flush and then look for more 4s. Almost 450 points there with the retriggers from the Chad. I have a hearts flush here. I want to try to get more rebate money, so I'm actually going to discard all of these hearts. And that's it. If I want, I could play high card here and then save my discard in case I get a 4. But maybe the odds of that happening are not very good, so I'll just play the flush that I have now. Okay, we could pick up the banner for chips, earth for full houses. I think I don't want to make any purchases here. I think the Chad is definitely good later, but maybe not the best right now. I'm just going to use riffraff to give me 2 jokers. Boss says discard random cards. This also is valid. This counts with the rebate here. Okay, we do get the droll joker and we get the abstract joker here, so we have plenty of points here. Whichever hand we do play will be a winning hand. So let's start by discarding the 3s for money. And then maybe we'll go for more black cards. I want another 3, but I'm not necessarily hopeful that I get another 3. Or we just do. So here's money. And then we can play the black cards. This will definitely win. I think at this point I don't need the riffraff anymore. Okay, we could take the runner here for straights, maybe play straight flushes in the long term. I think I'm content with the plus mult jokers that I have. I want to try the spectral pack. So spectral pack, I could get a polychrome joker or random face cards. I think neither of these I'm interested in, so I'm just gonna skip and try the Celestial Pack. So Celestial Pack, I can start leveling up flushes if I want. Yeah, in the short term I'll do that. In the short term I'll level up flushes. I do want the blank voucher. I don't necessarily have to buy it now, but I don't really have a reason not to. For the next round here, I could sell the Droll Joker and then get an extra Joker from the Riffraff, or I could keep the Droll Joker. I think I like the idea of getting something extra from the Riffraff. We get the 8 ball, and we have rebates on 7s. So maybe what we want to do is we want to find 8s. There are some 8s. Alright, with the abstract Joker, maybe 3 of a kind is too much. Hopefully it's not. I'm hoping that this doesn't win. I want to use my discard for the rebate money. I could have sold the abstract Joker there. That's okay. We do get the temperance money and an empress for later. Okay, I think here, I think we can drop the riffraff, and then that way we can pick up the clown for the free roll here. I think 1200 points, I think abstract Joker is enough. I don't need the Droll Joker right away. Then I can try these standard packs. So 5 here I can use to get Jupiter cards, maybe, with the blue seal. Let's try again. Could get a bonus 6. I think for these non-enhanced cards, for these naked cards here, I'm just going to skip. Droll Joker we don't need. We'll just take the free roll here. Could take Ride the Bus as like a replacement for, you know, maybe abstract here. Maybe we replace the 8 ball with the superposition. I think, you know, playing the straights here maybe. No. And I'm going to roll one more time. Okay, so we could go Todd. I'll just keep going here. Okay, I could spend more, but I don't need to spend more, so I'm not going to. We have rebate on 3s now, so we want to discard the 3s, and maybe we'll keep the red cards to go with our 8. We do pick up extra 8s here, and with the abstract, is that going to be too many points again? Let me discard the 3s first. Yeah, maybe what we'll do is we'll play the 8s and aces. You know, we don't have to play a flush. I'm going to go ahead and use the Empress on the 8s. And then ship it. So we have a star. Star means we can play the flush house if we want to. And I think we will. Also, Moon does the same thing. I think between the two of these, I'd rather have black cards, but maybe what I can do is I can buy the Moon and then I can open the standard pack, or open the Jumbo Arcana. We do get a soul, so possibly that's something that I could be interested in. Yeah, I think I'm gonna sell the star. I don't necessarily have to do it right this second. All right, do I want the 8-ball or do I want the clown? I think I like the 8-ball better. For the tarot cards, we get the percolator. And so if you wanted to, you could make all clubs. If you wanted to. Could pick up a strength card here. I do want the strength card. Celestial pack. Celestial pack for Jupiter, maybe? Maybe 4 of a kind is not unreasonable. Let's roll. Do I want crafty joker? Nope. Do I want blueprint? Maybe. Maybe blueprint. I would have to get rid of something. Maybe then I don't care about the 8-ball so much. Okay, interesting, interesting. Yeah, let's go next. So we got a bunch of moons here. We got rebate on 7s. So, and I have this 5. So, what do I want to do here? I think I want to try to use the strength card to turn my 4s into 5s and then play, you know, now that I have the percolator, I could probably play flush 5. I don't have to play the flush house. So let's go for just 5s. I could also turn the 6s into 7s and get the rebate money. Is like a lot of money, but I want to go for the flush 5. So I've got the 4s here. There's the 5s. So we strength on the 4s. And I need to make these into clubs. So I guess I'll just turn them all into clubs straight up. And play the natural flush 5 here. It doesn't matter what I copy with the blueprint. And then we can use the percolator to make more heiress cards if we want. I want to try to copy a death card. Okay, we got Cloud 9 here. We can pick up the crystal ball. Maybe I want to make extra 9s with the Cloud 9 for the money. I'd have to give up my abstract joker. That's probably fine. That's probably fine. Let's see here, try the standard packs. So could pick up another blue seal. I think I don't want a 6 though. Mega standard pack. Could pick up a purple seal. It's a king, but it's a purple seal. I think that's something that I'm interested in, generally. The 3 here, I think I don't want. Red seal, 3. We get another red seal later. Could pick up a 5 here, another 5 of clubs. I don't think that's necessary. Alright, do we want the 9? Do we want to sell the abstract joker to pick up the 9? Making 9s is too much work. Let's re-roll here. Aces, nope. Gelato, arrowhead. Arrowhead is a lot of chips. So let's do that. Pick up the arrowhead here. Copy the percolator. Rebate on 8s. Okay, I have the king here. I think I want to just make everything into clubs. So let's do that, you know, while we're here. We get a fool card for the moon. I think this is the thing that I want to copy with the percolator. And There, we got the 5s. I guess I keep going for 5s. Okay. I'm gonna use the moon card to play a flush here. And I can copy the arrowhead. I'd really like to get the flush 5, but I guess I'm not necessarily too picky. So with just the arrowhead, we have 5,000 points. That's enough to win the next 2 rounds here. Okay, let's try the standard pack again. Okay, these naked cards will skip. Before I open the Arcana pack, let's do a little bit of re-rolling. We have an Ancient Joker, says Spades. Oh, so we can get rid of the arrowhead here and we can pick up the Ancient Joker. Do I want to give up my rebate money? Yeah, we probably don't need this much. We probably don't need the rebate money. It is a lot of money though. Okay. $7 reroll. Let's try the Arcana pack. We get a death card. And so I can use the Fool to copy a death card. I can use the moon on... How about these hearts? Okay. What do I want to use the death card on? Maybe an extra 6 or 8. I guess I have the molt 8, right? So I make an extra 8 here. I guess. Probably not super important. Alright. Let's go next. So now with the death card, probably I want to make the blue seal or the king. Let's go. Boss says play only one hand type. I don't think that's going to be a problem for us. So I could here with the 5 get the blue seals. I think I'm going to go for the king. I think what I'm going to do is just discard everything to find the king. There's the king. And so 2s, I can make purple and then discard. Yeah, maybe what I want to do, I think I'll just go 5s and kings. And I don't really care about my 8s. So maybe this 9 I can turn. And then discard. Okay, Hermit for some money. Hierophant on... Doesn't really matter. Maybe Hierophant on these 5s. I don't have to do it. Maybe I won't do it because we just use a Hermit. Let's go ahead and play the flush. And we'll get a Jupiter card, I guess. Okay, Ancient Joker says hearts now. Sad. I'd like to find a wild card. Or I'd like to find lovers to make a wild card. Hung Man is not bad. Let's... Okay, we definitely buy that. We don't need the sun. Let's try the Celestial packs for Eris. And I don't know, this stuff here doesn't matter, so I'll just skip it. Got a little bit of re-rolling money here. Bean. Or to the moon. I think I'll stick with what I have. We know with the arrowhead here we can get like 5,000 points for a flush. I think I don't want the Hierophant, but I'm okay with the Hung Man getting copied by Perkeo. Yeah, so I think 4s we can delete, and 3 and 10 we can delete. Yeah, that's fine. I'm trying to figure out if I want more death cards or more hung men. And maybe more death cards. Alright, I want to play the... Any flush will win, but let's go for the flush 5. Let's go for the 5s. Or do we go for the kings? So there's the 5s. There's the flush 5. I guess I'll just play the flush 5. It doesn't matter what jokers we use, we already know it's going to win. Okay, Ancient Joker on clubs again. Perfect. I'll take another Heiress card. And go Arcana. Arcana for another soul. If I get another soul, I would have to get rid of... maybe Arrowhead is less exciting than the Ancient Joker. So let's do that. We get Ricky. Okay. Reroll one more time. I could get another moon card. I could spin the wheel here. Let's try the wheel. And then go next. So now we have the death cards. Ancient Joker or clubs. So I have the kings. So we can go 2 is a king. This 6 is a king. This 9 is a king. And then discard until we get our 5s. We have the crystal ball, so we could discard 3 kings. Temperance, Hermit, Tower. Tower I don't really care about, so we'll use the Hermit, use the Temperance. Discard the kings. What's the Emperor have to say? Strength, Priestess. I don't have 4s to turn into 5s, so I actually don't care about the strength either. Let's just use the Priestess. Jupiter's okay. I'll take Jupiter. I keep forgetting that we have the crystal ball, so I have an extra slot here. Lovers. That's the one that I wanted. And so let's hold on to that. I'm going to use it on my kings, probably. Yeah, let's do that. So, Ancient Joker says if I play a flush, it'll win. I can sell the strength card to make room. Nice. Jupiter card, I guess. I'm not going to use it yet. I'm going to hold on to it in case, you know, these give me Heiress cards here. We've got $90 in the bank, so we can re-roll a little bit. Yeah, this is a good position here. So with Jupiter, Venus, Earth here, Celestial Pack has 3 less planet cards. Makes a higher chance we'll get the flush 5. Then, alright, what am I looking for now? I have the tarot cards that I want, so actually I'm not going to re-roll. I'm going to save my re-rolls for the next shop. Let's go next. Well, maybe I could re-roll a few times. Alright, that's it. We get the Death card. So, Ancient Joker is on diamonds. Okay. The king here we can make wild, and then we can start using these death cards. Okay, let's discard the kings. Go for the flush 5. Okay, strength we said we don't want. I could make a steel card, I could make a gold card, maybe a gold 5. Discard the rest. Alright, Ricky's ×2 now. Alright, Hermit I want, Judgment I don't want. I could play these 4 and then save a discard in case I get another seal. Another purple seal king to discard. Okay, with the 5s, I'll make one of them into steel. And I guess bonus cards as well. But it doesn't matter super much here. Probably with just Ricky here, we might be able to get away with just 4 of a kind here. I'm going to play the flush 5. Nice. Okay, world card makes spades, which are also clubs. I can go standard pack. Let's see here. These I don't want. I'll pick up the world here. Eris, yes. I want to reroll for tarot cards before opening the Arcana pack. Lovers again, I'm interested in. We got the bull, we got the tower here. $9 rerolls. Let's open the Arcana pack. Boss is psychic, okay. Alright, so we got the Fool here. So if I want, I could, potentially I could use a Death card and then copy it with the Fool. I think what I want to do is this King will go Lovers. These 3 Kings will go Spades. This King I can copy with the Death card. And then Fool gives me another Death card so I can get it percolating. Let's go next. Alright, let's... Ancient Jokers on clubs. With the Death cards, let's make more Kings of Spades. Okay, and we have the 7 5s in the deck. With the Ancient Joker, we play any flush will win. So I think we just discard all of the kings. We got the Hung Man, so we can remove the ace and the 6 here. Emperor, strength we don't need. Hierophant we don't need. Discard looking for more 5s. Another Hung Man for the 3 and the 2. Priestess for Eris. If not, we can hold on to these planet cards. Let's play this. It doesn't score any points, but allows us to draw the kings. Let's go ahead and get rid of these planet cards. Alright, world. Nice. So how about this 5? How about these 5s will turn into spades? And I could play the flush 5, but then I won't get an Eris card here. I've got 5 cards, or I've got 11 cards left in the deck. I've got 2 5s left. So I could play 3 cards looking for the 5. I guess I'll just play the flush. The flush wins, and then we get a Jupiter card compared to playing the flush 5. Though if we do get a telescope in the future, yeah, I guess I'll play the flush 5. I want more of these blue seals, but I want to make purple seals first. Alright, we've got another Celestial pack. Nothing that I want. How about Overstock? Okay, how much re-rolling do we do? Maybe twice? Blackboard, ×3 if we have spades or clubs. Cool, so we can get rid of Ricky here. We can pick up the blackboard. Another Eris card, and then try the Arcana pack. Okay, Temperance gives us 25 bucks. I think that's all that I'm really interested in doing here. And we'll sell the rest of these. Reroll one more time. All right. Yeah, sell the rest of these so we can get percolating on the death cards. Okay. I'm almost at the point where maybe I don't want the 5s anymore. Maybe I just want exclusively kings. I'm not there yet, but I'm almost there. It looks like, let's see here, we've got an extra spade, so let's kind of even out here. So we'll go 1 clubs here, and then maybe 1 more clubs here. 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's discard looking for 5s. Get another world card. Cool. Yeah, how are we doing with the 5s? About even on the 5s. So maybe I don't need the world anymore. Maybe what I can do is I can go steel on one of these kings. Maybe I can go glass on one of these kings. But then I'm just going to discard it. Ancient Joker's on diamonds, so we'll switch over to blackboard. World we don't need. Okay. Tower, world. How about justice? Yeah, maybe justice on this king. Actually, maybe justice on one of the 5s. That way we can smash. Oh well. There we go. And we get the ×3 from the blackboard because we got all black cards in hand. Okay, what about Hierophant and... how about a Mega Standard pack? Alright, this stuff we don't need. Spectral. Alright, we got the classic. We've got a red seal if we want. Or we can take Immolate. Let's go Immolate. We might lose the blue seal here. Nice. Alright, I think the next thing that I'm interested in, let's go... do I want another justice card? Yeah, maybe. Well, I guess I want to percolate the death cards, so maybe we don't. Let's just go next. Okay, Ancient Joker says clubs. Cool. I think with the death cards I want... so another spade here. Maybe another spade. Cool. So discard the kings. Get the hungman for the 10 and the 8. We can spin the wheel. And we can make a steel king. Alright, discard another 3. Okay, chariot on maybe a 5. Sure. Gold card, maybe a 10. Sure. Priestess. Alright, those things I don't need. We're just going to discard the kings here for the tarot cards. Strength we don't need. Okay, do I want to try to dig for the 5s? I only have 6 cards left in the deck, so I can pretty much get my blue seal now if I want. So maybe what we do is we play a pair here. 3 of a kind. Let's play 3 of a kind. Okay. Okay, so moon is out, and we just play these for the flush 5. Ancient Joker says clubs. Wait, clubs right now. Now spades. Nice. Spades are still black cards. How about standard pack? A red seal jack. I think I'm not interested in that. Let's go Baron to go with a few kings. Maybe. If we're going to play flush 5, we're going to have, you know, play most of our kings and maybe not have that many kings left over in our hand. So we could just skip here. The Emperor, the Giga Chad. Giga Chad is cool with the Ancient Joker. Let's use the Emperor just to see what he has to say. Lovers is cool. Priestess again. Eris, sure. The boss says cards face down. Okay. Hack is not compatible with what we're doing here, so do I want this cola? Let's keep rolling. We can hit the road here. We can pick up a sun card. Let's pick up a sun card and then open the Arcana pack. I'd like to make... How many kings do I have? Let's make 3 of these kings into hearts. Let's make this king here, the glass king, let's make it wild. Neptune, we don't need. And now what do I want to do? I want the money or lucky cards. Let's just take the money. Cool. Then we can percolate the death. Now, okay, we only have the 3 Kings of Hearts, so we can make a few more here. We can turn the 3 into King of Hearts. We can turn the 6 into a King of Hearts. And then discard looking for 5s. All right, Temperance gives us 25. Strength and Moon are out. I'd like to find a star to get some diamonds. There's a star. Okay, so I think I have enough clubs and hearts and spades that I can use the star here. Use the Temperance for the money. Try the wheel. Ah, bummer. I guess we'll keep the Steel Kings. Okay, Hermit, yes. Star, maybe. Maybe I don't need anymore, so I'll just discard it. Maybe with the Justice card, we'll put it on a 5, and then we can smash. Okay, my cards are going to be face down. That's okay. Right? I have 7 cards left in the deck, so if I play this 4 of a kind, that 4 of a kind wins. Let's do this. Let's play 2 kings, a 10, and then 2 5s here. The flush, and then we will smash the 5 here. No smash. That happens sometimes. All right. Telescope. Telescope works after we play another flush 5, which I think we can do in the next round. Let's go Celestial Pack first. 4 of a kind, I guess. Yeah, I'll take the Telescope. We don't want the Midas Mask. We could take another Jupiter card. Let's hear. Ancient Joker's on diamonds. Rebate money. Rebate on kings. I mean, that is a compelling amount of money. And so maybe I'm not attached to this blackboard anymore. We do like the Hungman. We could take the Lover's card. I don't think we need the Photograph. DNA is kind of fun. Actually, DNA is like actively pretty cool. But I'd rather have the rebate money. Okay, Fool for a Jupiter card or a Death card. So I think I'm at the point where we definitely hang these. We definitely go Wild King. And I think we're gonna switch from 5s and we're gonna go to kings now. And so maybe what I'll do is I'll use a death card to get an extra king of spades here. And then use the fool to get an extra death card. Cool. And let's get percolating. Okay, so what I would like is one more king of diamonds, one more king of clubs. Yeah, so here, clubs. Hold for the diamonds. Discard kings for the money. We have 12 kings left in the deck, so discard like this. I only want to discard 3 at a time because of the tarot cards. 9 left in the deck. I'm looking for my king of diamonds. All right, blue seal, we can make Derek here. We can hang the 5s. Yeah, we're fully off of the 5s now. This 10 I can turn into a king of diamonds. 7 cards left in the deck, 6 of them are kings, so we can discard a full 5 for the money. Alright, let's try priestess. No heiress. That's okay. Do I want to hang the 5? We won't get an heiress card if we do that, so I guess I'll just hang the 6 and then submit the kings. There we go. Ancient Joker is only on diamonds. Alright, switch back over to the percolator. How about celestial packs? Eris. Oh, we do have the telescope, so maybe now we don't need the blue seal, actually. Okay, $200 here because we got the rebate money. What are we looking for? Mars. Could get the Giga Chad here. No, I think I'm good with the jokers that I have. We'll copy the death cards. Rebate on kings. Okay, so 1, 2, 3. Let's see here. I want one of each. So discard a flush 5 for the money. Alright, Fool could give me an heiress card, could give me 20 bucks, or could give me a death card. I think I want to go for the death card. So let's use the death card. Use the Fool. Use another death card. Priestess for heiress. If not, we still use Hermit here. We've got 7 kings left in the deck, so we can discard at least 5 for the money. Alright, Justice, Tower, Lovers. Oh, I guess I could have used the Lovers on this last king here. Let's turn the 9 into a king. And then that gives me 3 kings left. So if I discard 3, I can draw 3. If I discard 5, I can draw 3 kings. Alright, give me the money. Cool. Priestess for heiress. And play the kings. Alright, Ancient Joker's on spades. and rebate on kings. So we have the 110 and the 15. That's it. I would like to get a standard pack now, if possible. And this boss says face cards are drawn face down. So I won't know what flavor of kings that I have. Yeah, I think still here I don't need anything. I want to wait until I have Arcana packs in the shop, and when I have Arcana packs I'll reroll for tarot cards. So we'll just get percolating on the death cards. I'm 2 death cards away, right? That's all I need. So let's go next. Okay. All of these are kings. So all of these we discard. Alright, this 5 here is not a king. I'd like to turn it into a king of spades. There we go. Get the rebate money. I do have the lovers, but I don't know where my steel king is. That's unfortunate. Let's do this. We're still sorting by suit. This 10 here, let's turn it into this 10 on the right. Got it. Or a king on the right. Okay. Yeah, lovers, Hierophant, wheel. Get rid of all those. Discard. Judgment, Magician, Star. I guess I don't need to sell them right now. Oh well. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Sorting by suit. There's the king. King of Steel King. Yeah, let's see if we can fix that. Definitely the death card works. We can pick up the boss reroll voucher here. The boss is decreased level. Kind of rude. We do have an Arcana pack, so we will be re-rolling. Northern Lion we don't need because we have the rebate money. You could pick up the Seltzer. Sorry, I keep forgetting I have the crystal ball. We could pick up the gem for the money instead of the rebate. Let's see. Burglar makes it so I can't discard. Could try the Priestess again. Nope. Strength card I don't care about, but I can hold on to it. Trading card. I think we don't need the trading card anymore. I'll pick up the Devil, reroll again. Mime. Nope. Idol, that's the one. Okay, so now that we have the idol, we can get rid of the percolator. Okay, I don't need the hung man anymore. I just need, there's one more king. Let's see here, we could spin the wheel, we could use the Emperor, hoping for money. Let's use the Emperor. Nice. Yeah, let's go next. Alright, so King of Spades for the idol, and then Ancient Joker on diamonds. So let's find that King of Clubs. 1, 2, 3, 4. We should keep a King of Spades for the idol. Let's try the wheel. Should keep a King of Diamonds for the Ancient Joker too. Alright, so we said spades. So there we go. Get rid of the Magician. Yeah, which is the easier flush 5 to get? We've got more diamonds in the deck, so we'll discard these. And if I discard 5, I can draw the diamonds. All right, and then here's the flush 5, diamonds. All right, Celestial Pack for Eris. Before we open the Arcana Pack, we're gonna re-roll. Yeah, what kind of stuff can we get? Could get the Clown here. Could try Priestess for another Eris card. If not, we'll just keep rolling here. There's the Eris card. I will pick up the tarot cards so that there's no duplicates of these. We get a free Stuntman. Yeah, welcome to the team. The extra chips to go with our 1,000 chips on our flush 5. We don't need plutonium. Cardomancer is kind of cool. Hermit. Bull as another source of chips here. Emperor. Let's try the Emperor. Show me the money. Nope. Priestess maybe. Nope. Alright, we just sell all of these because all our cards are purple. Let's go next. Okay, so we've got Idol on clubs and we've got Ancient Joker on spades. Let's keep the clubs then. Fool for a Priestess. Maybe. I don't know, there's better uses of a Fool. Maybe we'll hold on to the Fool. Obviously, we don't get as much rebate money. Actually, wait, that's a terrible... Wait. No, we still get the rebate money. We won't get as many tarot cards, but I think that's fine. I want the Fool to give me either Temperance or Hermit. Most tarot cards we just sell for $1. Alright, one card left in the deck. We're out of discards. Okay, so we play the clubs for the idol. Now hearts and diamonds. Okay, we could pick up a purple seal here. I like having the stone cards in the deck because then the idol can't pick the stone cards and the rebate can't pick stone cards. So these will stay on kings. And then if I do eventually find a death card, I can turn the stone into another king. Maybe off of this fool we get a death card. I have money I could re-roll for a death card, and in that case maybe I can pick up 2 of these. Maybe I'll pick up the 5. What's in the buffoon pack? Nope. We did pick up the tarot merchant voucher, didn't we? We did not. Oh. Okay. There's the death card. What about some money? We could sock my busk in here. We're not going to get as much money that way. I guess, I suppose, maybe that's the thing that we want to do. Sad. Maybe then we don't reroll as much anymore. Alright, go next. So I want to keep both of these death cards. I don't need to discard 5 because I don't have the rebate anymore. But I do want to find eventually, you know, the stone card. And so Let's make another hearts here. King of hearts. Idol says hearts. And then let's also go clubs. Where are the clubs at? Okay, so here, king of clubs. Sell all these. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Ship it? Oh no, we get the D level. This is better. Copying the idol. Okay, standard pack. So I could pick up a card here if I want. Nah. Eris. Wheel. Maybe. You know, there's always a chance you get random negatives in the shop, like this stuntman here. What's the boss situation? Boss situation, this is 100,000. Okay. Polychrome Wily Joker. Let's go next. Alright, King of Spades. So discard keeping the spades. Fool for a hermit, sure. Use the priestess. And we play the natural flush 5. Idol says king of clubs now. Temperance. There's a seance. I don't think I can realistically play a straight flush. I don't think I want DNA. Another Eris card. Another Eris card. Okay, Arcana pack has a Fool for another Eris card, or we can take 20 bucks here. I'll take the Eris card. The money isn't doing a whole lot for me right now. Okay, so we want to go Kings of Clubs for the idol. All right, Emperor gives me these. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Kings of Clubs, there we go. Eris again. Standard pack. Okay, there's a 6. Nope. How about another Eris card from our telescope? Giga Chad. Nope. Brainstorm? Brainstorm. I guess maybe now it's appropriate. Maybe now it's late enough we can get rid of the smeared joker. Sure. Let's do that. Spin the wheel. Alright, that's enough. Okay. We can sock my buskin one last time. Forces a card to be selected. Okay, we want Kings of Hearts for the idol. Spin the wheel. We lose a King of Hearts here, but we do have extra King of Hearts in the deck. Again here, discarding 3. We can make hearts here if we want. We can dig for more hearts. We have 5 cards left in the deck. Let's go ahead and play these hearts. Cool. Let's go in this mode for a minute here. So we can take a look at the deck. So, here's the deck. We've got all these kings, 6 kings. They're all wild kings, so counting as every suit. Of course, then, the idol, it doesn't matter what flavor of king you get. They're all going to count. And then the same with Ancient Joker. It doesn't really matter what suit you land on. It's still going to work. I was hoping to find, in the collection here, I was hoping to find, things like the castle. I think castle with wild cards is like particularly good. I think castle on like the checker deck is good. The way that the castle works is it's the same as the rebate. It picks a card in your deck. So it's not the Ancient Joker picks randomly between the 4 suits evenly between the 4 suits, whereas like castle only picks cards in your deck. And so if you're on the checker deck where you only have 2 suits, castle will pick one of those 2 suits. But if you do have wild cards, then wild cards count as all of the suits, and it can be powerful with the castle here. The main drawback of the wild cards is you're not able to get other enhancements. So you're not able to do like wild and at the same time something else. So like wild plus steel, wild plus glass is like pretty important. And also you run into all these bosses that like debuff different suits, and if your card counts as all suits, it's going to get all of the debuffs as well. I was a little bit disappointed I didn't find the flower pot. Flower pot is pretty tough to get working most of the time, but if you have just one wild card, each wild card only counts as 1 card. Like you still need 4 cards, 1 card being a diamond, 1 card being a club, and then 4 cards total. But having a wild card be able to fill in the blanks can be very useful. Flower pot also then more viable with the smeared joker. Smeared joker makes flower pot much better. And with the smeared joker we said maybe flush houses, maybe straight flushes. We ended up going flush 5 just because that's the technology that we had, but most of the time you're not going to be able to go that deep, and I think flush houses are very reasonable, very reasonably high scoring, rewarding. Anyway, that's going to be it for this build here with the idol and the kings, but the seed is there if you want to try this seed out for yourself. Take care, everyone.